Well, good morning. It's just gone 10 o'clock on a Sunday, and welcome to a brand new feature and a brand new adventure for yours truly. This lake is well and truly off the beaten track. It contains carp, and I know that for a fact because I've already caught 3. But regards the stock of carp in this lake, and more importantly the size, I've got absolutely no idea. In size it's roughly, I don't know, 6 maybe 7 acres, and up there in shot is the shallower end of the lake, and the end of the lake which I'm fishing on this session is the deeper end of the lake. Yeah, I did a recce session back in 2021 towards the end of the year, and I was fortunate to catch a nice little mirror. And my most recent session was last Thursday, where I caught 2 commons as well as God knows how many bream. So I think we're going to catch a few of them along the way. Throughout the series I'll go around the lake and show you the features and the swims, and yeah, give you a general picture of the lake. But this is just a brief opening piece to kickstart the new feature. Incidentally, I'm not going to be uploading session by session. Yeah, as and when I can, I shall be down here doing day sessions only. And what I'm going to do is just get as much footage as I possibly can and condense it to a monthly upload. So hopefully it'll be a decent watch. And more importantly, 1 or 2 carp in front of the camera. So the next job is to stick the kettle on, make myself a nice brew. It's just gone midday, and I've had my second bream in as many minutes off 2 different spots. Yeah, I've got a feeling we're going to have to wade through these throughout this campaign to get to the carp. Mind you, they're all a good size, no skimmers. So just come up to 1:15, and you just saw those swans in the previous segment. One of them wiped the left-hander out. So I've redone the rod, and I've moved it slightly to the right in the open water. And the reason I've done that, I'm not sure if this camera is going to pick it out, but there's quite a bit of fizzing going on. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's bream, but you never know. So from being tight to where all that crap is and the dead weed, I've just re-spotted it a bit more to the right in the open water. Let's see what happens. Oh, blooming hate swans. They've driven me crazy since they landed on this lake this morning. They've got about 7 acres of water to play with, but no, they've got to constantly go up and down the margin in front of where I'm fishing. And like any angler, if they've got a rod in the margin, they'd have done their utmost to distract the swan from tipping up and picking up the rig, which I managed to do successfully. And then I went and slid straight down the bank and in the drink. So there we go, 2 wet vast boots, absolutely soaked. But I always keep a set of dry clothes in the car. So yeah, quickly ran back, got myself changed, and nipped back round and we're fishing again. So yeah, sun's coming out now, so hopefully I can get them dry before leaving, but God, pain in the backside. Well, it's just gone 20 to 3 and we've got one. It's another common, absolutely fantastic fight. Saw every inch of it in this clear water, but yeah, same spot as had the action on Thursday. So that's carp number 4. Right then, let's get it out and have a good look. Well, we got one. It's not a big fish, but proper wild carp. Really give a good account of itself. And there you go. Might just scrape double figures, but quite lively because I left it in the margin whilst I got the camera sorted. But yeah, might scrape double figures. Got another one that's took a liking to Scopex squid. Started catching from the off this bait, which is not a coincidence. I might harp on about it, but what a bait. I've caught all over the place with it. Overseas in France, it's just, yeah. And I haven't really started putting it in yet. Really can't wait to get it established. Who knows what's lying in this lake, but yeah. Chuffed. Capture number 4. I'm going to get some stills, slip it back. Still got plenty of time left, so you never know, might be lucky and get another bite. So well chuffed. Morning. It's just gone 20 past 11. It's Wednesday, and I'm back down on the new adventure for another short session. No surprise, back in the same swim. Only got 2 rods out today. Incidentally, following on from Sunday's session, after I showed you that one on the camera, I went on to catch another 3. So I had 4 in total, but there was nothing of any size, so I didn't bother blogging those. And before departing, I absolutely levered this area with Scopex squid. And on arrival, there was carp in the area, so here's hoping they've had a munch whilst I've been away. I'm the only one here again. It's currently dry, but there is rain forecasted to move in from around about midday. But at the moment it's yeah, it's lovely. Sun's trying to break through the clouds, but the brolly's in situ there on the bank, just in case we need it. And according to the Met Office, yeah, it's going to be needed, so we'll see what happens on the weather front. But nice to be here again, and as usual, the routine never changes. Kettle's on for coffee and some porridge, so looking forward to another session. I shall stick it out to around about 5-6 o'clock, and hopefully I'll have something else to show you in this little segment of the new adventure. Well, the rod couldn't have been in the water for what, 20 minutes, and I've gone and bagged the first one of the session. Not a big fish, but yeah, welcome nonetheless. Lovely colours on this mirror. So yeah, great start. Let's get it back and the rod back on the spot. Well, just gone up to 1 o'clock and the same rod's gone again, and another mirror. Not a big fish, but who cares when they look like this. Another lively one just dropped it in the edge while I've got everything sorted. There we go. Oh, proper bar of soap, this one. There you go. Look at the scales on that. Beautiful little carp. Right, get some stills, slip it back and get the rod back up. Well, it's turning into an afternoon of mirrors. As forecasted, the rain arrived and it's just eased off, and the same rod's ripped off, and I've gone and bagged the 3rd mirror of the session. Not another big fish, but an absolutely, well, it's a fully scaled baby little mirror. I've dropped it in the retainer sling while I've sorted the rod out again. So yet another lively one. Right, we'll do our best to get her on camera. There you go. Fantastic. And the clarity of the water in this pool is that good. I'm not surprised that these carp look like the way they do. So that spot, which is getting a bit, well, I say getting a bit of bait, the first time I give it some bait was on Sunday, but I think it's safe to say they've had a scoff whilst I've been away. So yeah, well chuffed. So the rain's eased off. I think we're going to get a bit more, but it's supposed to stop around about 5. So we're fishing again. I've got the rod back out on the spot, and you never know, might go and bag one more before we depart for another short session. So I'm going to get some stills, and yeah, fingers crossed you might see me again in front of the camera. But turning out to be a lovely afternoon sport. That rodding shot there was just rattled off again, and I've gone and bagged carp number 4 of the session. This time it was a common, only a small one, so I didn't bother videoing it. But as I'm holding this camera, my hands feel like blocks of ice. This time last week I was in a t-shirt, and spring felt like it had well and truly sprung, but I've got to be honest, it feels more like the middle of December today, let alone the end of March. But yeah, that's the British weather for you. So the kettle's just boiled again for the last brew of the session. So unless anything else happens from now until I depart, I'll see you hopefully on Friday. I plan to come down here straight from work and yeah, do another short session. So hopefully the weather will have improved by then. I'm not holding my breath, but yeah, as long as these carp continue to feed, who cares what the weather does. Right then, maybe see you later, if not in the next update. Morning. Just coming up to 11 o'clock, start of a new month, 1st of April, and I'm back on the lake for another short session. Just finished work as usual, probably stick it out to around about 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock, depending how things go. Weather wise, the cold snap continues. We've had at least 2 frosts this week, and even a bit of snow yesterday. Today the sun's up, bit of cloud about, and it does feel slightly warmer. Put the brolly up just to show me from the cold wind, and from the picture that I'm showing you here, I'm back in the same spot. Piled in the bait before I left on Wednesday, so the rod's back on the spot, which has done most of my bites, and I've got another marching rod just to the left of me. So let's see what's in store today. It's quite deep in these margins, so I'm hoping the frosts haven't hampered my chances, but you never know in carp fishing. But we're here, we're doing it, we've got the rods out, we've got half a chance of catching the fish, and we're actually fishing. So yeah, fingers crossed there'll be some more action and more carp on camera today. So as usual, it's now time for coffee and porridge. Bit of an update at 2:20. That rod's done a couple of bites this morning, but sadly they were both bream. It's trying to snow again. We're having flurries every couple of 2 or 3 minutes, and it didn't feel too bad when I set up this morning, but it is cold. So I've got a feeling I'm going to do really well to bag a carp today, which is a shame because this campaign's got off to a reasonable start. But 3 o'clock onwards has been, well, since I've started fishing down here, quite a good time for some action. So yeah, you never know, we've still got some time, so whilst we're fishing, I've always got a chance. One thing I will say, since I've been fishing here, I haven't seen a fish show. I've seen bubbles, vortexes in the margins and what have you, but I haven't actually seen a fish hoik out the water, so it might be just due to the time of the year, but yeah, I really do hope it's the water that they do show on, because yeah, that's obviously a good key to location. Anyway, I think it's time for another brew. Well, I couldn't have been more than 5 minutes after putting the camera down after that latest blog piece, and we've got one. Reasonable common as well, I think. God, it took me right through all the dead reeds, and it proper got me choked up in it. But yeah, wound down, slight bit of side strain, and eventually it pulled through, and first swipe of the net and it's in, so well chuffed. Well, we've got one. After that short little blog piece talking about the bream and how the conditions were still cold and yeah, deteriorating, the snow, what have you, and saying I'd do well to get a bite today. About 5 minutes after I'd switched the camera off, right hand has rattled off. This one took me right into the dead reeds, and it locks up, but I wound down, slight bit of side strain, and fortunately the reeds all parted, and the first swipe of the net, and I've got myself a nice common, nice dark one again. It looks a bit bigger in the water, but who cares, it's a fish. There we go, nice buttery mahogany coloured common, and that's all down to the clarity of the water in this lake. He's doing a bit of resting on the bank, no doubt due to this cold breeze. But yeah, well chuffed. Morning. It's just a shade after 11 AM on a Wednesday. Just finished work, back down the lake for another short session. I've had an improvement in the weather. It's a lot warmer compared to this time last week. We've had a little bit of rain this morning. Nothing too heavy, just a slight drizzle, and that's set to continue on and off throughout the day. We're back in the swim where we finished, what was it, Thursday last week, Friday, I forgot. And I've got 2 rods out. One, as you can see there, on the spot that's been doing all the bites, or the majority. And I've got one to my left. You can just about see it there. And that's right tucked down the edge. Near some, just down there, the other side of that landing net is some dead reeds. I baited heavy last week before leaving because I knew it'd be a good 3 or 4 days before I'd be able to get back down here. I'm the only angler present again. It's just me, the carp and the wildlife. So let's see if they've been and had a munch, and hopefully some more carp in front of this camera. We've got a good, what, I'm going to fish till about 5, maybe 6 o'clock, so I've got a few hours to try and, as I say, winkle one out. Right, same old ritual, smack the kettle on, coffee and porridge. What was drizzle turned into an absolutely heavy downpour, and in the middle of it I had a take. Same spot again where I've been getting all my bites over the, well, pretty much since I started this campaign. The rod absolutely one-toned, and it was dragged. It The butt came straight out the rod lock. I was on it like a flash, and I've gone and bagged myself another common. Not a big fish, but it's a bite nonetheless, and another capture. Well, we got one in the middle of that heavy downpour. As I said previously, not a big fish, but another capture. And it's a lively one because yeah, I had to leave it in the retainer whilst that storm passed over. Really wiry. There we go, not a big fish, but they all count. Another one off the spot. Loving the scope bit squid. Well, the rod's gone again, and there's some beautiful scaly mirrors in this lake. Not a big fish again, but I'm well chuffed. I ain't going to bother blogging it, being it's just a small fish, and I'd rather just get the rod back out on the spot. But yeah, probably an hour in between the common and the mirror.